right, welcome everyone to episode 3, I believe, of the overnight session. So originally I did have a video already recorded on my phone. I was just gonna do the same type of video format that I always do, and these overnight sessions were just gonna be like a weekly thing or whatever. But I said screw it. I kind of wanted to just go ahead and do this. I don't know why, but it's almost 2 in the morning. I got work early in the morning, but for some reason, I just have the urge to record a video. So you already know I got the market cap on. I actually do have the Maduro Nike Tech on right now as we speak. You already know I had to order it as soon as I saw the photo. Let me just go ahead and show y'all. Let me see. Yep, see? Got the Maduro on. I did order the pants as well, but the pants actually ended up not being the ones that he was wearing, so whatever. But the thing about this jacket though, that I kind of thought was weird, this is off topic, but on the app, it's actually more expensive than the ticket price, which I thought was kind of funny. Like on the app, it was 140, but when you actually get the product in, and you look at the tag, it's only 135. So it's only a $5 difference, but I thought that was kind of strange because usually it's just the normal price. But anyways, I tried my best to make this look like my phone setup that I usually do with my phone recordings. But this is the best I could do for now. Sorry, I'm not some producer. I'm just a one-man team right now. I'm just a lone wolf going at it. But I did try my best to make this Robinhood screen somewhat like my phone, I guess. But today, well, not today. This is 2 in the morning, so just in the past 2 hours, I'm down almost 0.5%. But let's switch that over to the week. I am up slightly, 1.89%. For the month, I am down 11%. Past 3 months, I'm down 17%. Man, I'm basically in a bear market at this point. Year to date, it's only been a few days, but almost 2%. Past 12 months is 104% almost. Of all time is 402. So I think this looks a lot better than my phone. I have the precision of a computer mouse now. So as you guys can see, I started off with basically 50K of capital, and I was very stagnant for a long time. There was actually one point where I was losing money. So for basically 4 years, that was not a good time. And then things started to turn around. We climbed out of that bear market. I almost thought I was going to lose it all here last year during like the April-March session. But then we came right back soaring. And now, who knows? Maybe I lose it all this year. And then you guys can all laugh at me. But that is where my account is right now. Let's see. How do I work this? No, that is not what I wanted. Okay, here we go. All right, so we have, this is PayPal pulled up. Let's pull up Robinhood. Actually, no, Nike. Let's just talk about Nike first, because I do have some questions that I got from you guys. Basically, one question. But it's from an OG of the channel. He was just asking about Nike and why it's down today. So this is kind of strange behavior because usually we'll see Robinhood and Palantir kind of move together. But today was one of those days where it just kind of diverged. So I thought that was kind of strange. And usually Nike, you'll notice Nike is green on days where like the market is red or Robinhood is red. And then when Robinhood is green, Nike will just kind of be stagnant like it usually is, or it's down. But today was kind of weird because Robinhood, Nike, both down almost the same amount, and Palantir was green. So today was kind of a weird day, and weird days kind of scare me a little bit, not gonna lie. But anyways, recent news on Nike, they did actually sell their NFT unit. So I didn't even know Nike had its own like division for digital assets, NFTs, things of that nature. But I'm actually kind of happy that they sold that off. Maybe that's part of the reason why it's down so much today. But I actually think this is a good thing because if you think about it, Nike is good at selling physical stuff, right? Their shoes, their clothes, that's what they're good at. They're like all of this like digital assets, putting Nike shoes in video games and all that NFT collectible, digital collectible stuff. I think that would be better suited as like a partnership, if that makes any sense. So if let's say, I don't know, Fortnite, they wanted to put Nike shoes in their game, they can just pay Nike a royalty, and for Nike that's just straight profit and basically or almost free advertising for them. But they can just pay Nike a royalty and just use Nike products in their video game, right? Like Nike doesn't have to put their own money and like lower their margins, right? Add to their expenses on their income statement just to have its own little crypto unit. That doesn't really make any sense, right? It's much easier to just partner with video game companies and crypto companies and just collect royalties, right? It's you have such a premium brand in Nike, right? And you're already good at one thing, which is selling clothing, selling shoes. Just keep doing that and collect royalties on the side for your premium brand. So I think that's a good thing. You know, this new CEO that we have, I haven't been a Nike shareholder too long, right? To the point where, like, I wasn't really a shareholder from the previous CEO, if that makes any sense. So I can't really compare fairly, but I would say the CEO that we have seems like he's on the right track, and I'm happy that Nike is my number 2 position. But I did have a new holding that if you guys haven't seen, I do now have some Disney, and basically my thought process behind buying some Disney is it kind of fits with the theme that I have with my portfolio that I got going on. So if you guys notice, American Express, Nike, Disney, and another company that I would put in there is Apple, right? Those companies have like a premium brand, and they're almost like it's in the league they're in a league of their own, right? Like Disney, obviously they have competition, Warner Bros, Comcast, Netflix, etc. But like if you look at the IP that they have, it's just not even a competition sometimes, right? The closest competition, like I said, is probably DC with Warner Bros and HBO. But other than that, you can't really think of anything, right? And American Express, plenty of competitors, Visa, MasterCard, Discover, which is now owned by Capital One, I believe. So plenty of competition, but for some reason they're just like that premium brand. And of course with Apple, plenty of competition with Google, Microsoft, etc. But for some reason people just keep coming back to iPhones. So I kind of like Disney. I like their setup that they got going on. If we take a look at the monthly, so Disney has basically not done anything for over 10 years, right? 2015, somebody that bought this stock, I guarantee you there's somebody that bought this stock in 2015 that has not made any money on it, besides dividends, obviously, right? But they rode this huge wave up. You know, they held it all the way to 200, only to come back to break even. So Disney has not really done anything for 10 years, but this huge period of consolidation, possibly we could see a breakout. And I kind of like this format right here, where we have the 50, what is this? The 50 monthly. I believe this is the 21 and then the 9. So the moving averages are converging, and they're crossing over. And then we have the 200, monthly acting as support. And this is obviously more the technical side, but I'm liking this setup right here. So that's the monthly. Take a look at the weekly. Obviously, it crossed over that 200 weekly moving average. Huge period of consolidation here. Obviously, there's some resistance here at 120, but I just think, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, if you were to tell me that Disney doesn't exist anymore, I would be shocked, right? And that's kind of like what I prefer to invest in, if that makes any sense. Like, what is the worst case scenario? Worst case scenario is Disney just disappears, right? And I lose everything. It goes to zero. But that would be a shocking scenario, right? And that's kind of what I kind of like to look for. So, if it hits back to 200, that's almost a 2x, right? And I'm collecting dividends. It's not going to be my number one position, but it's definitely wanting it to be one of my top five. If you take a look at Nike, it's got that 200 monthly somewhat acting as support. Right now, it would be resistance, but I think it will come back to being support very soon. The weekly chart is not looking too good for Nike. I'm not going to lie. All right, I'm not going to sugarcoat it just because I own it. It's not looking too hot, but I definitely think we can at least get back to 90 for Nike. American Express, the chart is just beautiful. Stunning to look at. It's just like, if you were to ask someone to draw just a random line of what they think a stock should perform like, it would be like this. It would be the chart for American Express. So now with Robinhood, we do have this 9 monthly acting as support here. So we got something going for it, but I'm not liking this crossing over here. Obviously, we had that fake out here where it looked like it was crossing down, and it was, very bearish sentiment here, but we came right back up, obviously. So could be another fake out. Some people are thinking 200 for Robinhood. Even though Robinhood is very diversified now, definitely the sentiment around the stock is still heavily tied to crypto, right? So if Bitcoin, Ethereum can start turning around here, then we could see 160, 170 for Robinhood. But, until then, I think we're just going to get more of this. Just sideways, not really doing much, just crazy up and downs. But we have this 200 daily still acting as support. So we got that working for us. But yeah, that's what we got right now. Another one that's been slightly disappointing for me recently is Sprouts. So another recent purchase for me. We have this 50 monthly that could possibly be support. We have the 200 weekly, of course. And it is breaking it's breaking new lows, recent lows, of course. But they are going through some legal troubles for the time being, because I believe during this time period right here, investors weren't happy with their guidance and alleging that Sprouts misled investors, right? But as long as the financial statements are accurate for Sprout, and they haven't been lying about that, right? So when it comes to straight numbers that they report to the SEC, as long as they're not lying about that, it looks like a decent stock, right? And it's a grocery store. If you were to tell me Sprouts is gone 5 to 10 years from now, I wouldn't be as surprised as a Disney, right? Because it is a grocery store, right? Kroger can just replace it, right? But it's another stock to diversify a little bit into. But I am a little bit disappointed with the recent move here, but it is what it is.